Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, I'll be going through my AFLW fantasy team review for round one, the first one of the season, in which I ended up scoring an 1191, which gave me a round rank of 1825. And obviously that is the overall rank at this point in time. And I'm a little bit behind, obviously. Most of that is caused by Bonnie Too Good, especially on the team value side. A lot of people have like 600k more value than me, and that's because of Bonnie Too Good, as well as Breed as well is one that got away from me a little bit, but and Sachi Sime as well. Those two have basically caused the difference from a lot of people. But anyway, I'm still there, as well as the big jumps in Strom, McCarthy, and Ty as well for those people. But you're going to have that as well. If someone has a stinker in 1 week, the team value is going to fling around a little bit. And it only really, yes, it mattered a little bit with the likes of Bonnie Too Good, because we had to realize that loss because she's out for 6 to 8 weeks. But in the end, some of the ones like Ash McCarthy or Strom or Ty, if they return back to their original price, or you get jumps out of Edmonds and other girls, then it's not really going to matter in them, because they're going to be unrealized cash gains or losses over the course of the season. So the team value, as long as they get around the same average, isn't really going to make much of a difference. But anyway, let's just jump into the video here. As you see here, and that's good that it went onto the right screen, you can see the first player of D1, Charlotte Thomas. She did really well. She's got Essendon this week. Essendon, I think, will be revved up to make a little bit of a charge, because they did have a stinker against Freo. So I think West Coast I think they're playing, and let me just, AFLW fixtures. Here we go. I just want to check, where are they playing? They are playing at Perth. So they're playing they are playing at Perth. So that's an interesting one, that they get 2 games in Perth. So that should bode well for Charlotte Thomas. Less travel time, which is good. But yeah, I think SM will come out, obviously trying to win, but trying to make a statement after that pretty poor loss to Fremantle. But yeah, I really did like Charlotte Thomas this week. 79, did all that she needed to do. Really liked the kick to handball ratio. Probably could have taken more marks in the end, but it is what it is. 3 marks is still decent, and yeah, 79, always going to take that, especially because she somehow, even with her high price, went up in value. Ruby Schleicher, down 15k. I'm not too worried about this. Swans kicked 8 goals too. I don't think you're really going to see a side do that for the rest of the year. And it was on a really slim ground. She still took 4 marks and kicked it behind, 56. But I think that she, especially playing Hawthorn this week, she should do better. I think Hawthorn will potentially even kick a lot more behinds, which should really help her, because if we just go to the DFS quickly here, and we go to AFLW, we go to kick-ins. I don't think she had too many kick-ins from my memory here. You can see she had 1, Sansonetti had 1. I think she gets another 10, potentially another 9 to 12 points off kick-ins next week, which should really help her, as well as the fact that she did have 95% time on ground, which is a really good high number. Then we get to Gordrick. I'm really happy about this, especially because of the time on ground. 72 on 57% time on ground. Has Brisbane, which is a tough matchup, but seems like, from what I've heard, she was nursing herself back into this game, so she did spend a little bit lower time on ground, I think. So hopefully we see a little bit more time on ground in this next week, but still a 72 score is well enough for defenders. If we look at defenders anyway, you'll see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's in line for the top 6 defenders anyway, so that's a really good start from her. Serene Watson, I didn't like this at all. She did have 5 played on out of 7 kick-ins. If she just stepped out of the box 2 more times, she would have ended up on a 43. But I think that there's reason to believe that she has some upside still, given that they didn't really go to that. They didn't really go through the sides. They didn't really switch it at all. Whereas I think against Sydney now, they'll be playing, if I just quickly go to AFL fixtures, they were playing, I believe, were they playing in Gold Coast? Yeah, they were playing in Gold Coast, so they'll be back home, I believe, here. If we just quickly check here, yeah, they'll be back at RSA Park. So yeah, I really do think that she'll be able to produce a decent enough score, which is just probably a 50 or 60. So yeah, 37 is disappointing, but I have high hopes for her that she can step it up another gear here and really get to a decent enough score. Lutkins 19. Yeah, we just missed the boat with this one. Should have gone one of the Carlton rookies on field, and that would have been a lot better. I burned 25 points here, and you'll see later on that I burned another, I think 23 points as well. So I burned, I think something like, I think I burned somewhere close to about 40 or 50 points just from my bench rookies, which is annoying. And yeah, if I'd gone instead of Lutkins, if I had somehow had Watson on the bench, Finn on field, and Lawson Tavan on, I would have gained, I think it's something like 7 plus another 30, 37 plus my forward liner had 20 something points burnt there. So I would have ended up about 60 points better. 1250 would have been massive, even with 2 goods out. And yeah, Dana Finn, is it Dana Finn? Yeah, she did well, 44, that's fine. Making cash, easy does it. Then we get to Marinoff here, 242. She was pretty good. That's the best that you can basically hope for. She was realistically the best scoring captain. I don't know many that actually captain Strom. I don't know many that captain Hatchard, and I know barely any that, if anyone, captained McCarthy. So yeah, she did the best that she could have. Out of the other captaincies that we saw, Conti 118. So we both, most people gained 106k out of our Dowd. Plus she still could gain more cash. Plus they gained 3 points. So that was a win for the people that captained Marinoff over taking the Conti through the VC route. Massive win, I think, in the long term. Rowbottom 104, a little bit disappointing. She plays Carlton this week. Should be able to bounce back, I would think. So yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed in Rowbottom, but still a 104 isn't the worst. And I think that in the long run, if we go to midfielders, she was still up there in midfielders. I think she was still top 10. I don't think we'll see Barr and also some of these other girls scorers as high as her regularly. I don't think McCarthy will as well. So I think that she'll be able to jump them both in the near future and still come out a top 5 mid. And I still think she could, if she steps it up again, get to that top 3 midfielder. Conti 118, she did really well. Has GWS, could be interesting to see what they do. I don't know if they necessarily GWS runs a tag, which would be annoying if they do, but I don't think it's as hard as the Gold Coast tag that they run. So yeah, I think Conti still does well. Blackburn has Port Adelaide. We've seen Port Adelaide give up points, so I'm really hopeful that she can really put on some points here, because she may be needed to swap to an Alliansen in her bye if she doesn't put on some big points, and Alliansen does. But in her double, not her bye. But I'm really hopeful that she can put up some good points. Goody 75, what we expected. She's done really good, and she plays Western Bulldogs, so these two will be playing each other. And hopefully they can both put up big scores, maybe even 180, 185 between the two of them, 190 maybe if we really get them kicking on. But yeah, 170 wasn't the worst between the two of them, but would have liked sort of that 180, 190 between the two. Window, I think she's got the role. I think she's going to bounce back, so I'm happy to hold that there. Edmund 73, Port Adelaide this week, that's Schultz and also another ruck, so hopefully she can follow the Jess Allen path and really just dominate. She was pretty good at intercepting. I think she had 4 or 5 marks in the end, 3 marks in the end, 4 tackles, just 8 touches isn't the greatest. So hopefully, as well as 3 free kicks against, hopefully she can bounce back, as I'm really hoping she can stand up and be the number 1 ruck. O'Dowd 60, a little bit worrying that she's a test, but hopefully she gets over the line, as her playing could be huge, especially if she continues to score at like 60 or so, especially because she's racking up the disposals. So I think there is still some room for improvement there, but even if she averages 60, she'll smash it, as I think her break-even's like 12 or 11. So now it's under that, like it was 23 or something to start, so now it's like really low, and that should really help her. Like, let's actually look at it here. Let's just go O'Dowd. No, I need to type in O'Dowd like that. She's got a break-even of 10. If she hits her average of 60, she goes up 142k. If she hits another 50, she goes up 100k. As well as, let's just check Goody here, if you see what I mean here. Goody, if she hits her average, goes up another 200k. That is massive. If she hits a ton, she goes up 272. So that would be absolutely huge if she hits a ton in round 2 and goes up 272k. Even Window, if she gets her form back, if she gets some form and gets a 75, she goes up massively. Whereas Bree here hits a 75, she goes up 179. And Syme here hits a 75, goes up 179. So yeah, those are the main sort of cash generators. there. 2 good, 5, and yeah, she's out for 6 to 8 weeks. That sucks. Hoare has an interesting matchup against Geelong, but she played Geelong, went 100. That's really, really good. And yeah, really, really happy about our selection. Tripodi, we just talked about her in the last about 20 minutes for me, and it'll be half an hour for you guys. And played Brisbane, 61% TOG, 44 score. I think she, as I said, that's her sort of floor score. I think she has a ceiling of like a 70 or so I'm happy there. Pauga, here you go, 49, and she didn't turn up on the injury list, so that's good, that's fine. She has I think a ceiling of about a 70 as well. I think these two are very, very similar. And then Smith, 23, a wing roll, that sucks. Moving her to the bench, don't want to move her on just yet, as I think there are forward options that are coming in the future, and I think getting that midfielders who have the right role scoring is a lot more crucial than the forwards, as forwards can sort of drop 20s whenever and drop 60s. We've seen Freswell drop a 70 as a winger, so Smith could easily do that against Carlton. McGee plays Port Adelaide. That should be an easy matchup for her. So I think she can drop even a 50 or something. And you can see I messed up 17 points there, as I was saying. So yeah, I could have dropped like a 1240 or 1250 or whatever it is if I'd done well. And then Goering on bench over Breed was just a dumb choice. And that will be a correction this week. So that is the video there going through my fantasy team review for round 1. I'm pretty happy. 1,800 rank-wise out of like 43,000 is still pretty decent. And I have massive room for improvement, I think, in this side. I can readjust quite easily. So I'm pretty happy with the position I'm in. And yeah, I think that I could easily, just getting the right roles will be crucial. I'll say that. And I'll be hammering that on Thursday with my trade targets and cash cows. Is getting the right role players will be crucial, because in the long run, they should. And I'm not saying they will. I'm saying they should. There's a high likelihood they should be able to outscore players that have the wrong role, like a wing role, that just had a pop week. So yeah, that's my thoughts on my team, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the cash cows and trade targets, as well as the men's tips for the finals, the week 1 of the finals. So those 3 videos will be tomorrow, and then on Friday you will have my team reveal for round 2, alongside the tips for round 2 of the AFLW season. So I'll see you guys in those videos tomorrow. Bye, guys.